Welcome to Friday. I hope you had a great weekend planned with friends, family, and loved ones. Right now, I want to take you outside this morning in America, courtesy of EarthCam. We're saying hello to Houston, Texas, St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Panama City, Florida, and Asheville, North Carolina. Good morning, everyone. I'm Nick Smith in for Marky Martin. It's Friday, and it's time for news for all Americans. So let's not waste any time and get right started into it. In a few hours from now, President Donald Trump will be in Texas touring the damage from those deadly floods. At least 160 people are still missing, with recovery efforts entering their second week.
We're just hoping that they're coming here to do that, you know, to give us some encouragement that we'll be seen through this.
We're live at the White House and in those devastated communities. How the Trump administration is handling questions about the federal response and the administration's decision to gut FEMA. Plus, where search and rebuilding efforts stand at this hour. And if you have a home or car loan, your taxes are about to change because of the president's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. We'll help you understand why you may get a boost when it comes to filing your income taxes.
My house. She were able to get her.
Who?
My grandma.
She's in this house right now?
Right, no, she's outside.
Well, let's get her. Come on.
Yeah, and that scary video out of Lee County, Florida right there. An elderly couple escaping a fire. Sheriff's deputies saving them and their dog from a burning home. Find out how everyone is doing this morning. But first, President Trump is headed to Texas this morning for a firsthand look at the destruction from last weekend's deadly floods. At least 120 people have been killed, with more than 160 still unaccounted for. The president's trip comes as Texas Governor Greg Abbott asks for more federal assistance for the hardest hit counties. He's vowing support through state resources until the job is done. Governor Abbott and families of flooding victims will be among those meeting with the president later today. We have full team coverage of all the angles you need to know, starting with News Nation's Libby Dean at the White House with the very latest. Libby, good morning. What can we expect the president and the governor to actually focus on today when he arrives in Texas's central area?
Well, this visit, Nick, actually comes one full week after that torrential rain pounded central Texas. President Trump and the First Lady, they're going to survey that damage left behind by those deadly floods. The president's visit today, though, comes as that death toll continues to rise, with many more still missing, as you just mentioned. Now, he's been showing his support for these victims and will likely underscore the White House's close coordination that we've seen with state officials as this recovery has continued. Let's listen to what we're likely to hear from the president today.
They were real pros, and they were responsible for pulling out a lot of people, and we got them there fast. And Texas had some good ones too, but the response has been incredible.
Trump touting the response there, and the White House says President Trump will be briefed by local officials and meet with families and first responders during this visit today. We're also hearing from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who she, of course, visited the flood-ravaged areas as the Coast Guard brought in those special helicopters and planes. That happened earlier this week. Now, she's also expected to be alongside the president today with Governor Greg Abbott as well as Senator Ted Cruz. Now, the president has declared a major disaster for the state, making those federal funds available to help search and recovery efforts. And the administration is rejecting those critics who say that those cuts that it's supported, that DOJ has implemented, led to this disaster being more deadly. Now, the Texas floods, though, they mark this important moment for the Trump administration as they navigate the emergency response in Texas that they'll get a close-up look at later today. Nick.
And Libby, quick question. You have new reporting this morning pushing back, saying that, hey, the administration has no plans to gut FEMA. They're actually just going to do a bit of an adjustment?
Yeah, timing of this announcement and these details is key here ahead of President Trump's trip today. But FEMA really is in full focus during this trip because we've heard President Trump and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem suggest that the agency be dissolved, be eliminated. But I just spoke with a White House official who tells me that they're now instead considering reform of the agency rather than an all-out removal of the agency. And this is all coming in a statement also from a White House official who says the president's FEMA Review Council will recommend to the president how FEMA may be reformed, that keyword reformed, in ways that best serve the national interest, including how America responds to and recovers from disasters such that the federal role will remain supplemental and appropriate to the scale of the disaster. So saying, of course, that we're going to have state and local and federal all work together here, but FEMA not necessarily stepping on the toes of state resources. But President Trump, you'll remember, created this FEMA Review Council by executive order. This council met in May and then again this week. A White House official telling me in November the council is actually expected to release a new report with recommendations for President Trump on how to improve federal disaster response, specifically, of course, FEMA response, because it is the FEMA Review Council. But as I mentioned, this shift from the administration of their message, rather than abolishing FEMA, they want to reform it. This all comes, of course, ahead, just 2 hours ahead of President Trump's departure here with the First Lady from the White House. We'll see if he has that similar message that we're hearing from White House officials, that they want to reform this agency rather than abolish it. Nick?
And reform, Libby, seems to be the way to go anytime you're seeing how much assistance is needed on the ground. It is possible Mr. Trump will speak on that today. Libby Dean, thank you so much. Now let's get to Jorge Ventura in Caryville, Texas. He's been reporting on the ground for us all week long. Jorge, good morning. I know you spoke with the mayor earlier today. What did he have to say to you?
Hey, good morning, Nick. Yeah, so right now we're in downtown Caryville, right behind a new memorial here. And I was able to speak with the mayor for a brief moment that was still very emotional. Right now, there's still this frantic search and rescue for over 160 missing, unaccounted persons in this county alone. Here's a little bit of our conversation with the mayor that is still asking the nation for prayers at this time.
There'll be so many more. It breaks my heart. It breaks the heart of everybody here. And we're doing everything we can to find them. Please pray for those who wait for news about their loved one. And please pray for those who help.
In the last few days, the community here in Kerr County has begun to grieve and mourn together. On Wednesday night, there was a vigil at the high school here. Later tonight, there'll be another vigil. And they're right now all over the county, just search and rescue teams going through those piles of debris, trying to look for any signs of life. And when I ask those volunteers, why be out here? Why be involved in a search and rescue, especially with the conditions right now? They're getting pretty brutal with the heat. And everyone that I speak to continues to say, we want to bring comfort to those families, even without knowing those families directly.
Knowing those families directly, and even in those difficult conditions, just talks to and speaks to the will of the people in their community. Jorge, thank you so much. And if you want to help, we've gathered a few links and resources on where to donate and what on our website. Just scan the QR code that's on your screen right now, or go to newsnationnow.com/help to find more information on how to pitch in and make sure your money goes to where it's needed the most. The state of Oklahoma is mandating all public school districts offer free lunches to every student starting next month.
You're being triple taxed as parents, and we're not going to tolerate it any longer in Oklahoma. For far too long, we have seen public schools take taxpayer dollars that are there for students and continue to grow administrative costs, then turning around and charging parents for school lunches.
But State Superintendent Ryan Walters wants each district to cover the cost without giving any more state aid. Critics of his plan say this is simply not feasible, considering many schools operate on a razor-thin budget. Joining me now is the Oklahoma Superintendent of Public Instruction, Ryan Walters. Mr. Walters, good morning. You understand the criticism, people saying we just don't have the money to do it. Break that down for us.
Yes, sir. Happy to. School administrators don't want to cut the fat. That's why they say that. We have record amounts of funding in our public schools in Oklahoma. We're over $13 billion going into our schools. We have a record amount. We put over $1 billion in new revenue into our schools in the last 4 years. And schools, instead of hiring more teachers, instead of putting more money in the classroom, instead of putting more money towards kids to eat, they hired more administrators. We saw the administrator salaries grow over 14% in the last 3 years. We've seen administrative staff grow dramatically. And so what we're telling the schools are, we're not going to put up with you growing bureaucracy. We're not going to continue to allow you to bring on more admin. We want the emphasis to be the kids. They should be the top priority. The money is there. The problem in education isn't that there's not enough money. It's that the money's not going to the right places. So prioritize kids and let's get this done.
And Mr. Walters, I don't think anyone disagrees that the priority should be the children. My question, though, is have those who are wanting to implement this policy, including yourself, have you been on the ground in these schools and spoken to those who work directly with the kids?
Oh, absolutely. And again, they make all kind of excuses. They've gaslit taxpayers. We've got school districts that have over $100 million that they carry over every year saying, well, we're going to just hold this money over, and then they won't spend the $2 or $3 million to cover school lunches. It is absolutely absurd. But to be clear, what you have are administrators that want their pet projects. They want projects. Hey, they find money for DEI. They find money for CRT, for transgenderism. They find money to continue to grow administrative costs at records amounts. But when you say, listen, let's make sure that the kids eat. I mean, taxpayers have already been taxed once locally, twice federally for money to go into their lunch program, and then you hit them with a bill. I had a mother tell me just a few weeks ago, I mean, how is this happening? I pay X amount in property taxes. We pay X amount in these other taxes, and yet I'm getting a bill at the end of the month. How is that so? And it is because this is a predatory practice from schools. And again, we saw this with President Trump on his cutting taxes on tips. The middle class is getting stretched thin because government continues to attack them with these taxes everywhere they go. We're going to eliminate this lunch tax on parents and say, no, you paid for this. Schools prioritize the kids. I think it's pretty common sense to say the kids should be able to eat while they're at school all day. I think that should be common sense, so it's time they prioritize it.
I completely agree. Every kid should be allowed to, not only allowed, every kid should have a meal, because you and I both know sometimes there are situations where that's the only meal the kids get.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, they're there all day. I mean, I had a parent tell me just last weekend, say, my kid, they stopped my kid from eating. She had a terrible day. She told me about the spiral of the day after that point. I go, it's 2025. We have billions of dollars in our schools. There should not be a single kid that gets turned away after taxpayers have paid this record amount into them. That should be ended. So in 2025, here in Oklahoma, that's not going to happen. The dollars are there. Our administrators will prioritize kids. We will take care of this problem.
Right, I have about 30 seconds left. According to the Oklahoma state law, administrative spending is already capped between 5% and 8%, depending on district size. Yet now there is no law on the book mandating public schools to provide free universal lunches. So how do you plan on implementing your order when the money is already capped?
Yeah, here, let me be real clear on that. That is a very small cap. That is a cap on a certain type of administrator salary. Our administrative budgets, the National Center for Education statistics show that over 50% of schools' budgets are spent on administrative costs. So over 50% if you include all administrative costs. So that's what we're looking at. That's the overall number. And again, we've got to see these districts prioritize kids by saying, we don't need a record amount of administrators. I'll just be clear. We have too many administrators. They should be getting rid of administrators. We should be putting more money into the classrooms. We should be putting more money into school lunches. And by the way, we also mandated these will be nutritious lunches. We are not going to allow the red food dyes and the synthetic material to our kids. Kids should not only be eating every day, it should be healthy food. This is critical. I've heard from parents all over the state that say, listen, I'm trying to have my kids eat healthy at home. I got to eat healthy at school. I mean, this is the future of our country. We have got to prioritize our kids, their health. The money is there. It's time to make sure that these education bureaucrats are doing their job.
Oklahoma Superintendent Ryan Walters advocating for students. Mr. Walters, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A new twist in the fight over birthright citizenship. A federal judge's new ruling on President Trump's executive order and when it could wind up taking effect nationwide. And protesters face off against federal agents raiding a marijuana farm in California. How far things escalated and what the business owners had to say about the immigration operation.
Stephen A. Smith on CUOMO, tonight, 8/7 Central on NewsNation.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the raptor cake. Now how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete, affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus, 25% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia and invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not, ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive.
Oh, I hate these things. Yeah, sometimes you just want a human. Can we get a human over here? That's one of the great things about Consumer Cellular. Their 100% U.S.-based customer service is also 100% human. You don't have to, you don't have to talk to a bunch of robots, just humans in America. Robots are the worst. Yeah, I think it's mad at us.
For those 50 and up, get 2 unlimited lines for $30 each with Consumer Cellular.
Honey?
Wait, what?
With COVID-19 and my heart disease, I'm not going to wait. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
My symptoms are mild now. I'm not risking it.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and helps stop the virus from multiplying in your body. Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. Tell your doctor about all medicines, vitamins, and herbal supplements you take, as certain tests or dosage changes of your other medicines may be needed. Tell them if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to be pregnant, or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if allergic to its ingredients. Stop taking and call your doctor right away if you have allergic reaction symptoms. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe like anaphylaxis and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor today.
Take a look at what happened.
How could a shooter possibly get a shot off?
This is absolutely unacceptable.
Very uncertain moment. An inch to the right, and we'd be having a whole different discussion.
NewsNation revisits the assassination attempt on President Trump in a 1-hour special.
This is a hard moment for America.
Digging into the investigation and how those affected are surviving.
Donald Trump, safe.
The plot to kill Trump 1 year later. Sunday, 9/8 Central.
Welcome back. 17 minutes after the hour. A federal judge has issued a new nationwide block on President Trump's executive order to end automatic U.S. citizenship for some babies born in the United States. This is one of the president's most controversial plans. Thursday's hearing was the first major test since the Supreme Court ruled against the use of nationwide injunctions over the president's executive actions. So why this new federal ruling? This case is a class action suit, a loophole the administration probably didn't see coming, and now the clock is ticking for the White House to respond.
Today, this court slammed that door shut.
After certifying a class action lawsuit against the Trump administration, a federal judge in New Hampshire is blocking enforcement of President Trump's executive order, one aimed at ending birthright citizenship for babies born in the United States to undocumented immigrants or holders of temporary visas.
This is going to protect every single child around the country from this lawless, unconstitutional, and cruel executive order.
The ruling covers every child born after February 20th, the day after the order was signed. But the nationwide block doesn't apply to parents, and the White House has 7 days to appeal.
Hands off!
Birthright citizenship!
Hands off!
14th Amendment!
The lawsuit challenging the executive order's constitutionality argues it violates the 14th Amendment citizenship clause, which has long been understood to guarantee birthright status for anyone born on U.S. soil.
It doesn't make that distinction with respect to who the persons are, just as all persons born in the United States are citizens.
The Department of Justice is expected to appeal, labeling the class action lawsuit overboard. It's all setting the foundation for a fight at the Supreme Court, where justices ruled in June to limit judges' authority to issue nationwide injunctions.
When the Supreme Court gets it, we've got a conservative Supreme Court. I don't think that birthright citizenship is really that well grounded in the law or the Constitution. And I imagine that the Supreme Court is probably going to toss out birthright citizenship based on its current composition.
The administration can still file an emergency appeal, but if this ruling holds, it could set up a landmark case on who gets to be a citizen and whether the White House has the power to change that by executive order. Joining me now is NewsNation legal contributor Jesse Weber to help us understand it all. Jesse, good morning. The federal judge in New Hampshire granted the ACLU's request for this class action lawsuit and blocking the president's new birthright citizenship order from going into effect. And they're calling it a big win. Is it a big win?
It is a big win. And by the way, the judge made the point in the order to say, I wasn't even comfortable with a nationwide injunction, but when I'm looking at the facts of this case, I have absolutely no choice. And there's two components to this. So first, it's interpreting what the Supreme Court's decision was and saying, look, as long as we have a class action lawsuit, as long as I can certify a class of plaintiffs, I can issue a nationwide injunction. And just to give everybody a clear view of this, and this is, I think, what's going to be litigated if it goes up to the Supreme Court, is how do you certify a class? Well, you have to make sure all the people are similarly situated, that they are going to be suffering the same loss, the same injury. You're talking about the same allegations. And that's why I think the judge did something very important here, not just automatically siding with the people who were challenging this, but actually gave Donald Trump's administration a win, saying all of the children are now certified in a class, but not the parents, because the parents might have all different kinds of immigration status, so he kind of split the middle. And at the same time, he said, now that I've certified the class, they are entitled to an injunction to stop this executive order from coming into place, A, because they have a likelihood of succeeding on the merits of this case, but basically citing the language of the 14th Amendment and precedent, how we've been interpreting it for generations. And number two, that they are all going to suffer what we call in the law irreparable harm. The loss of citizenship due to a change in policy is immediate, and we have to jump in.
And Jesse, didn't we see shades of this coming with the Supreme Court when they were arguing, well, what would this mean for individual states? And would it be up to individual states and each person to prove their citizenship?
Absolutely, because what the alternative could have been is he could have just looked at this and issued an injunction for, I believe it was just nonprofit groups, but it would have only had effect in one part of the country. And you would have seen a patchwork across the country. Someone would be declared a citizen in one area and not the other. So now when the Supreme Court says, we're not saying that judges can't issue nationwide injunctions against a Trump policy, but there has to be very specific limitations, and that has to be a class action lawsuit. Now, what's going to happen? The Trump administration is saying there's an abuse of the system, that a judge here is abusing what it means to certify a class, that the requirements for a class action lawsuit are quite high, and you're going to see judges trying to skirt around that in order to issue nationwide injunctions. That, I think, is going to be the argument.
And Jesse, I've got about a minute left, but the judges from limiting federal judges for challenging injunctions and things like that. So where do those things stand now? How does changing the lawsuit into a class action suit allow for the federal judge to bypass that latest ruling?
By creating a class action lawsuit that applies to multiple people who are affected, this can have effect across the country. What's going to happen is you're going to see the Trump administration appeal this. This is going to go back to the Supreme Court. Nick, I'll tell you, I don't even think we've gotten to the actual merits of this case about what the 14th Amendment says or does not say. This is still about an injunction issue. So when it goes up to the Supreme Court, you may see conservative justices like Alito and like Thomas saying, I disagreed with the lower court here certifying this class and creating a class action in order to get a nationwide injunction. The system was abused. That's maybe something you'll see. I think there's the two separate issues. It's the injunction issue, and then, of course, it is the 14th Amendment citizenship issue, and we still have not had a resolution about that yet.
And Jesse, I think this could be the biggest thing ever if it changes what it means and how one is defined as a citizen.
It really does. And what is the slippery slope? It's all about that phrase, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So you might have somebody who's born in the country, but are their parents actually subject to the jurisdiction of the United States or a foreign country? And what about their parents and their parents and their parents? I think it could lead to a slippery slope, which is why you're seeing a number of legal experts and a number of judges disagreeing with the Trump administration on this particular policy.
Jesse Weber, thank you so much for your insight. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks so much.
In other headlines, we're following protesters and federal agents clashed during an immigration raid at two marijuana grow facilities in California. And the FBI is looking for a man they say fired a gun at law enforcement during that melee. Take a look at this video from Thursday. Agents say they used pepper balls and other measures to keep protesters back after rocks and other items started being thrown at these agents. Both farms say they are in compliance with state laws and were cooperating with law enforcement. While an exact number of arrests is unclear at this hour, agents say they found 10 undocumented minors, 8 of whom were unaccompanied. An update now on a story I first told you about Thursday morning. A source tells NewsNation that the head and deputy head of the Pittsburgh Secret Service field office are facing suspensions after last year's attempted assassination of President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. A member of Trump's protection detail and a counter sniper are facing suspension as well. In total, 6 Secret Service agents are facing temporary suspensions by, we're told, they have not been served just yet. And at least 2 agents are appealing those decisions. Some State Department employees could start getting layoff notices as early as today. Workers were told Thursday they were coming as part of President Trump's downsizing of the federal workforce. The department, which handles foreign affairs, told staff in an email that those affected by the changes would be notified soon. In May, the State Department told Congress they planned on laying off nearly 2,000 employees, or 15% of its staff.
She were able to get her.
Who?
My grandma.
She's in this house right now?
Right, no, she's outside.
Well, let's get her. Come on.
You can hear that man panic. My grandma is inside at this time. Come on, let's get her. Dramatic police body cam footage of flames shooting out of a mobile home in Florida. The man in that video telling deputies he needed help. He got their grandmother out of that inferno. Police carried the woman and others to safety. The woman had mobility issues, but they were able to rescue her, her husband, and their dog. They were taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and it's unclear at this hour what caused that fire. And President Trump's big, beautiful bill is bringing big changes for many Americans. What the new tax code the president just signed into law means for everyone, from homeowners to people in the market for a new car. And we're live just outside the United Center in Chicago. If you love some good old barbecue, and who doesn't, this is the place to be this weekend. We're checking out the Windy City Smokeout and getting an up-close look at what's on the menu this year.
Herbal Essences is a force of nature, made with supercharged botanical blends. Our sulfate-free formulas deeply penetrate to boost hair health without the Salon Naturals price tag. Herbal Essences.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease. Skyrizi is also approved for ulcerative colitis.
I'm Bobby Brown, and I started Jones Road because I wasn't done. Jones Road is a modern approach to my beauty philosophy. Clean, good-for-you products that are versatile and easy to use. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
Are you ready for an electric joyride? It's just a few clicks away. Introducing electric e-bikes. Experience what it's like to feel like a kid again. And feel confident with the best-selling electric bike in the U.S. We have every type of bike for every type of rider. Ships to your doorstep for free, little to no assembly required. Hop on to your next adventure. Only at electricebikes.com. Electric e-bikes, affordably awesome.
The perfect snack box isn't one thing.
It's everything. So customize your box. Sweet and salty your box. Double chocolate your box. Protein pack your box. Smoothie night perfect your box. Gummy bear overload your box. Think you ordered too much but you didn't. Your box. Your snacks. Your rules. Endless options. Zero compromises. However you snack, build your own incredible snack box at nuts.com and get 20% off plus free shipping.
Welcome back. 30 minutes after the hour. Here's a look at the top stories we're following this morning. Right now, you're looking live at the White House. President Trump and the First Lady will be leaving soon for their trip to Central Texas. They'll be surveying the damage from last week's devastating floods and meeting with local officials to discuss what federal support may be needed going forward. Many Texans are only beginning to mourn. At least 120 lives have been lost, including dozens of children at summer camp when the deluge overwhelmed them last weekend.
This is devastating. I've lived here for 30 years and never seen anything like this. It's so sad. I'm hoping they'll find the rest of them and give them peace. We're praying for them.
More than 160 people are still missing, and local leaders are assuring the community they'll keep their search going, even though the president is visiting. They will not stop searching. Now to President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. It includes big changes to state and local taxes, otherwise known as SALT. And if you itemize your deductions when you file your income taxes, this could benefit you, especially on home and car loans. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is looking into how these new laws will impact your bottom line. Alicia, good morning. Everyone filing taxes wants to find a way to pay their fair share, but also save money.
Yeah, if you can legally do so, why not? And under these new provisions, there's a chance that that's the case for you. I mean, we're at a time right now where your average interest rate is about double what it was just 5 years ago during the pandemic. So this SALT deduction increase, along with the auto loan interest, a deduction that has the potential to really give Americans, some Americans, a chance to take more of their hard-earned money home. We're talking about a portion of about 80 million Americans who are homeowners, a portion of the 100 million Americans with outstanding car loans. Both will have their tax liability reduced and, again, possibly allow them to keep their hard-earned money. For homeowners, a SALT deduction, which allows taxpayers to deduct specific state and local taxes from their federal income tax, that is quadrupled from $10,000 to $40,000 you can deduct. You have to be someone who does itemize their taxes, not someone who takes a standard deduction, which has been increased to $15,750. The deduction, though, begins to phase out for people making over $500,000, and it goes back to $10,000 for those making over $600,000. When it comes to the auto loan interest deduction, this is brand new. You qualify if you buy a car from 2025 to 2028. You can deduct up to $10,000 in loan interest. You do not have to itemize your taxes. You can take the standard deduction, which means this is going to help those lower income earners. It's limited to qualified passenger vehicles, which is basically new vehicles bought for personal use, and the final assembly has to have happened in America. Taxpayers with income over $100,000 begin to phase out of this deduction, and anyone making around $149,000 or more, they do not get this deduction. I mean, bottom line here, as you said, experts say the SALT deduction increase can reduce your tax liability and potentially your tax refund, increase it upwards of $14,800. While the auto loan interest deduction, that's going to likely reduce your tax liability or increase your refund by about $500 or less. Doesn't sound like much, but when you start to stack some of these provisions on top of each other, if you're a homeowner who also bought a new car this year, and just yesterday we were talking about the child tax credit, that increase, so if you have children, all of these provisions start to stack up and potentially allow you, under this new law or these new provisions under the BBB, to get more of your hard-earned money back. Nick?
Alicia, thank you so much. Well, one of the world's leading toy makers says your kids' Christmas presents could cost a little bit more this year because of tariffs. In a recent TV interview, Hasbro CEO says he expects prices to go up across the toy industry, and shoppers could feel the hikes in the fall or even as soon as next month. About half of Hasbro's products, which include Play-Doh and Dungeons and Dragons, are made right here in America, but China and Vietnam are the main international suppliers. President Trump has a 20% and 30% tariff on those countries. The White House said if companies make their products here, they won't have to worry about tariffs. And Prime Day procrastinators, this is your last chance to snag some savings. Look at that table right there, a whole bunch of good stuff. Ken Macaron with Best Reviews joins us next to sort out the best deals for you and your pups to enjoy. And we want to see your morning in America. Show us how you start your day by sharing a photo or a video with us. Natalie from Punta Gorda, Florida, tagged us on Facebook, sharing she spends her mornings with Scooby-Doo. You gotta love a good cuddle with the stuffy. Hit us up on social media. Tag us on X and Facebook at NewsNation, Instagram at NewsNation Now, or post with the hashtag MyMorningInAmerica.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later, only at safelight.com.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with
Ingrezza. #1 prescribed Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD movements by greater than 5 times at 2 weeks. 98% of people were still satisfied with Ingrezza after 2 years, and you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza.
Do you have a yo-yo smile? Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. It's a constant battle between everyday stains and whitening treatments. Until now, get Smile Actives, the daily teeth whitening breakthrough that gives you a more youthful smile and helps you keep it.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Just add Smile Actives to your favorite toothpaste and watch the magic happen. Our patented Polyclean microfoam lifts away deep stains for a dramatically younger and whiter smile.
You have a choice. You can have those yellow teeth and just be old Nana or Pop-Pop. I love my white teeth.
Clinically shown to brighten your teeth 5 shades whiter in just 7 days. Smile Actives lifts away even the toughest stains from coffee, wine, and food. Get Smile Actives for just $24.95 and we'll double your order. Free. Smile Actives is guaranteed to work. Whiten your teeth or get your money back. No questions asked. Scan the code, go to smileactives.com or call to get your beautiful whiter smile now.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo Traps. Zevo attracts and traps bugs 24/7 using a blue and UV light with no odor and no mess for effortless protection. Zevo, people friendly, bug deadly.
Okay, a lot of great stuff this morning. If you're a procrastinator, then today is the last day you can enjoy deep discounts on all your favorite brands during Amazon Prime Day. But if you'd rather be spending your time enjoying the warm weather instead of scrolling through hundreds of items trying to find the best deals, then don't worry, we got you covered because we've already done it for you. First, scan the QR code on the screen. It will lead you straight to newsnationnow.com. because joining me now is head of video and broadcast for bestreviews.com, Ken Macarone. Ken, good morning.
Good morning.
You and I were talking about a lot of good stuff here to look at this morning. Let's just jump right into it, because first you want to show us something many of us see along the streets, and now we can have our very own.
That's right. These electric scooters are all the rage. Everybody wants them for their kids, for themselves. They want to get them to work. This is a commuter one, and these usually come out a little bit higher range. So this one, take it around for us. This one's going to be about $369.99 when we're going to see that going. But what we're talking about today is going to be tips that you don't usually see for Amazon Prime. And one of those tips is going to be look at the coupon codes. It's not always going to be that red price that's going to be slashed down. This is going to be a $70 coupon right now off of the original price, which is the $369.99. This is going to bring this under the $300 mark, and it's going to be $299.99. Think about all of those Uber rides. Think about renting all of those bikes on the side of the road or those scooters on the side of the road. This is going to make up its money for you in no time.
I can get rid of my car. Love that. And my director's going to kill me now. That was not planned. So go ahead, go to the next one.
So the next one's going to be our Ninja Blast. Now, what's great about the Ninja Blast, Ninja makes great products for your home, your appliances, and so this is going to be a great way for you to take it on the go. Ninja's quality is not going to just be in the kitchen. It's going to be on the go as well. And what we love about this, and the tip here is look at the colors. If you don't care about the colors, some colors will be on sale, some won't. It's usually based on what the most popularity is. So if you don't care about the color, this is a place to save for you. This Ninja Blast is normally going to be $69.99. It's going to be 36% off today, and that's going to come in at $44.99. So we're under $50. Great gift point. It's going to be great for everybody. Graduations coming up, everything like that.
Protein shakes and all that. And talk to us about the bigger items.
Something else to make your life go a lot easier is nobody likes the grooming time with the dogs or the cats. And so what this is going to be is the One Is All. And it has everything in it because one is all in it. That's right. We have all the different attachments that'll help you take care of your dogs and make sure that they stay clean. But the great thing about this, remember the Flowbee growing up? And
right.
Cut your hair. And you attach the vacuum. This is different. This is the reverse. This is going to be a vacuum and a grooming tool. So you groom with it, and then you can also use it up to clean up the floor afterwards. You empty it out, filters, it has everything for you. Normally, this is going to be $109.99. We're seeing this at 27% off right now. Again, $79.98 right now. Another really great price point if you're looking for things like this. And again, saving on those grooming bills.
Is it fairly quiet, Ken? Because sometimes when they're super loud, it can scare the puppy.
It's not super, super loud, which is great about it. It has a small motor on the back. As you can see, it's not very large.
Okay.
And there is a fan on it as well. Again, not all dogs are going to be down for this, but it will work. And then you also have the nail grinder. You have things in the ears. So you have all the extra attachments that you need as well.
All right. And talk to us about the kit.
This is going to be Base Paws. What I love about Base Paws is it's going to be a DNA pet testing kit. It works both cats and dogs. It's going to be able to tell you the breeds of your dogs, but say maybe your dog has an itch or a rash and you tried everything, you don't know what it is. Get this kit, send it in. It'll tell you what might be wrong with your pet. That way you'll be able to really direct your vet in a more parallel way. And this is one of our best deals of the day today. This is my best buy of the day. This is going to be 50% off. This is normally going to be $149. This is going to come in today at $74.99. Again, this is all about saving money today, right? Because we're saving money on our vet bills. We're saving money on our grooming bills. We're saving money on those drinks that we're getting out every day. And we're saving money on our commute.
And this is so important for so many people. Particularly, I do a little Frenchie sitting every now and then from time to time. And we know how much important it can be to find out why they're itching and those ear tests and all that.
Exactly.
So, Ken, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ken Macarone, thank you so much for Best Reviews products. Just scan the QR code at the bottom right of your screen. It will take you to NewsNationNow.com. And you know I got to do it one more time. And as I go to the break, check this out. A little boy gets a little too curious, about how those claw machines actually work. What it took to get that child on the right side of the claws.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Oh, I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for.
Sling lets you do that.
I wish my TV provider let me pause my subscription when I want.
Sling lets you do that, Clock Boy.
And I wish my TV provider gave me hundreds of free channels when I pause.
Sling lets you do that too.
Choose and customize your channel lineup or pause and watch for free. Sling lets you do that. Base package required.
Between Molly leaving and Mom's osteoporosis, I thought life was gonna slow down. Boy, was I wrong.
If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, Evenity can help you rapidly build new bone in just 12 months. Evenity is the only bone builder that also helps slow bone loss, and it's proven to significantly reduce spine fracture risk.
She said the Evenity she's taking builds new bone. Builds new bone! So yeah, we still bike, babysit, and brunch with the ladies.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you have had a heart attack or stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing, muscle spasms or cramps, numbness, or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity. Report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with Evenity. Ask your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
Nobody's born with grit.
Rose is really struggling.
It's something you build over time.
It's 21 missed cuts in a row.
For 89 years, Morgan Stanley has offered clients determination and forward thinking to create the future only you can see.
Rose, back in the winner's circle.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out, because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad, because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
Welcome back. 46 minutes after the hour. Here are some of the other stories making headlines this Friday morning. First, Free pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration and is seeking $20 million in damages for harm caused by what his lawyers are calling a politically motivated arrest and detention. They go on to say the government subjected him to false arrest and imprisonment, malicious prosecution, abusive process, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The Columbia University alum was held for more than 100 days without being charged with a crime and was denied temporary release to witness the birth of his son. Although he is a legal U.S. resident, the Trump administration wanted to deport Khalil, saying his presence could pose a threat to U.S. foreign policy interests. And 5 Florida lawmakers who were denied access to Alligator Alcatraz are suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, saying he overstepped his authority by blocking legislative oversight. Under Florida law, legislators are allowed to visit state correctional institutions, including the new makeshift immigration detention center, whenever they want. The state has since invited Florida legislators and members to visit the site this Saturday, although they expect the tour to be tightly controlled. And what's that saying about never leaving young kids unattended? Well, mom, dad, and this young boy from Southwest Ohio will have a story of a lifetime after he got stuck in a claw machine. Everyone's okay, but watch as he crawls into the toy machine, and passersby and mom noticed shortly after, and the fire department had to be called. They brought the machine into a nearby store and were able to safely get him out. And take a look at this. There's something strange prowling the streets of Rochester, New York, and some think it could be a mountain lion or another big cat. This video doorbell picked up video of what appears to be some sort of large animal roaming around the neighborhood. Wildlife officials are investigating. They say mountain lions have not lived in New York since the 1800s. However, there have been sightings, very few and far between over the years, and they add it wouldn't be the craziest thing to happen to have a mountain lion roaming around. What is that? That is scary. All right, some of the best barbecue in the country is right here in Chicago this weekend. My colleague Alex Capriello is live at the Windy City Smokeout. Alex, good morning. What's on the grill this morning?
Hey, good morning to you, Nick. This morning we're going to be cooking up some fried chicken wings and something called beef cheek poutine. I've never heard of it before, never had it before, but you know I'll try everything at least once. More than 22 pit masters here at the Windy City Smokehouse. We're going to be speaking to two of them coming up on Morning in America.
Beef cheek poutine. He had me with the poutine. You know, that's that covered over the french fries. I know exactly what that is. Next time they need to get somebody from the South, I'm telling you. Don't forget to download the NewsNation app to take us with you wherever you go. Breaking news and updates on all the big stories delivered right to your home screen. Stay up to date and watch anytime, anywhere at newsnationnow.com and in the app.
Krista, this is like the third year you're 45. Screen for colon cancer already.
And cancel brunch?
Ask for Cologuard. It's effective and you can screen at home.
It's for people 45 plus at average, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur.
Ask your provider for Cologuard.
For plant-based, healthy blood pressure support, there's one brand that stands above the rest. It's SuperBeets by Human, the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. Find out how to get a free month with your first order at livehuman.com.
Years of hard work, decades of dedication, committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia, an invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52% by other pneumococcal conjugate vaccines. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had another pneumococcal vaccine or not, ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive.
$600 a year. If you're 50 plus, you could save up to that much by switching 2 unlimited lines from big wireless to consumer cellular. And we've got the same reliable coverage. So why don't you pick up your phone while I take this hammer and... I can't feel my feet. See how we can cut your bill. If you're over 50, get 2 unlimited lines for $30 each. Call Consumer Cellular.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
Hey, can you speak French?
Who, me? I know a few words.
If you're struggling to speak a new language, you should try Babbel, a learning platform designed by over 200 language experts. It's like having your own personal language coach. Guided conversation practice gives you the confidence to speak your new language in the real world. It's totally flexible, so you can learn at your own pace. And with the right practice and coaching, start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Go to Babbel.com to claim your limited time offer today.
3 wishes, go.
TV Genie, I want to save $30 a month on TV like Dish customers.
You only get 3 wishes, not 30.
Get Dish. Save up to $30 a month and get 3 months free.
Safe Flight Repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Safe Flight Replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
All right, welcome back. Yesterday, we told you all about the return of the McDonald's snack wrap. But not everyone was impressed with the return of the Golden Arches Classic. Popeyes releasing this ad calling on clowns in the kitchen to put down the chicken while offering customers a free wrap for themselves with a $5 purchase on the Popeyes app. Popeyes calls the ad, which features sad clowns being kicked out of a house party and accidentally setting a kitchen on fire, the first ever AI diss track music video, and declared that the rap battle is on. Whoa, getting vicious about chicken wraps. All right, it's time to dust off those cowboy boots for the ultimate parking lot party. The Windy City Smokeout is back in one of the nation's premier outdoor country music and barbecue festivals. The 4-day event has become a summertime staple in Chicago the last 12 years, with thousands of people traveling in to celebrate the best in country music. The fest even receiving an Academy of Country Music Award for Festival of the Year. Headlining performers include Old Dominion, Kane Brown, John Party. Plus, this year's barbecue lineup includes more than 22 of the nation's top pitmasters. Alex Capriello is live inside the United Center parking lot with the preview of the bands and barbecue and beer and all the breakdown. Alex, take it away.
Nick, I love that breakdown because that's all the best things that are coming here for the Windy City Smokeout. It is day 2 of 4, and it's a big deal here in Chicago. It's been going on year after year. It brings huge crowds, not just for the live entertainment, but also for the great food, which is why I'm joined by 2 award-winning chefs here this morning that are going to talk a little bit about what it's all about to be a part of this effort and the food that you're making. First, Chef Art Smith, tell me a little bit about your experience here in Chicago for the Windy City Smokeout. What do you most enjoy about it, and what do you take away year after year?
Well, you know, people know me for fried chicken, but I was a judge on a famous show, Barbecue Pit Masters, and with Myron Mixon, who all the barbecue pit masters know. And, you know, barbecue is very much the fabric of Chicago. And we opened a place called Chicago Q, and then I thought, why not? Fried chicken and barbecue works well together. You know, and I own a rugby team. The rugby players love to eat barbecue.
Yeah, they do.
But it's a very popular meal. I mean, barbecue says celebration. It says, you know, if you're outside, it's al fresco, you have a great time, it's interactive. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's not, but it's the fact that you're watching some person like our chef here work so hard to make it so delicious. Yeah. You know, I have a sous chef, okay? The chef has a chef. Where's Hector this morning? And so it enables people to really come together and have delicious food. And Chicago in the summertime is all about big outdoor festivals with lots of barbecue. And this one in particular is one of the biggest in the country.
Yeah, it is. And I can't wait to try some of your fried chicken here probably next hour on Morning in America while we still get it prepped. Joining me now, Chef Chris Sexton. You came all the way from Connecticut, cooking Texas-style barbecue right here to Chicago. I love that. This is a confluence of different locales and cultures here in the Windy City Smokeout. Tell me a little bit about your specialty and what you hope to bring to the people here at this festival.
Yeah, this is a nice like home game for Art. He's home Chicago. It's a road game for us, but we love the road. We love doing events all over, and this is the best event we do. The team here at Windy City and Lettuce does an incredible job of taking care of us. I mean, the people are great. The music's great. I mean, there was an hour rainstorm last night. Bailey Zimmerman still came out and blew the roof off the joint last night, so it was incredible. But this is really the best. I mean, we've got the best barbecue from across the country. Like, getting invited here is the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, you know. It's just the best. So when you get out here, mix it up with the great chefs like Art, like real chefs. Like, he's got a James beard. I just have a beard. And, you know, I'm just a guy with, you know, a man with 2 hands and no plans. And we're just here to kind of make some barbecue. So we're doing a couple of our Texas-inspired dishes. This one's kind of Canadian-invented, Texas-inspired, made in Connecticut. It's a Texas poutine we make. We're using beef cheeks here as a great cut of meat. So fresh-cut fries, smoked beef cheek, confit in South Chicago packing tallow. And then we're going to put it with some cheese curds, some gravy. Oh, yeah. And it's just a great thing. It's a great festival dish. Yeah. I mean, fried chicken, there's really ain't nothing wrong with that. And Art does it better than most. But it's a really incredible festival to get out here. So many different options, so many different delicacies, and everyone brings their own. So it's like everyone's coming and throwing their fastball. Yeah. You know, no like, you know, 1 dish, 2 dishes. Yeah. Throw your best stuff. Let the people enjoy it. Good music, good times, good drinks. I mean, no better place to be than Chicago in the summertime.
No doubt about it. We got 15 seconds left. Tell me, does it feel competitive with all these other pitmasters around you, or is it more a friendly?
It's a celebration of a good time for people and everything. Did you know I have fried chicken in Connecticut? Fairfield University.
We love Fairfield. That's right up the road from us in Richfield.
Yes, and we're feeding those kids. It's thousands and thousands of fried chicken dinners.
I love it. 2 award-winning chefs right here. You can see it's all friendly. It's all love here. No real competition, but I know when the food comes out, everybody's looking to see where the crowds are.
Yeah, exactly. But what's important is that people just have a good time.
Exactly.
You know, we're not trying to like compete with everybody. You know, everybody looks at everybody's line and who has the longest and everything. Yeah. But the reality is, we're all friends.
Yeah, we got some big headliners too. We can't forget about that. Some entertainment also at the Windy City Smokeout year after year. We're going to have a lot more on this topic and more coming up all throughout the morning on Morning in America. Next.
Alex, thank you so much. We love it. My mouth is already watering. And guess what else is yummy and tasty? The next hour of Morning in America. And guess what? It starts right about now. But on this day, the book To Kill a Mockingbird was published. Plus, Babe Ruth made his Major League Baseball debut. Today is July 11th. Get ready for National French Fry Day and National Mojito Day. In 1767, President John Quincy Adams was born. Babe Ruth made his Major League Baseball debut as pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. The book, To Kill a Mockingbird, was published. And we remember American First Lady and environmentalist Lady Bird Johnson, the wife of Lyndon B. Johnson, 36th President of the United States, who died in Texas. And Lady Bird Johnson died at the age of 94, a long, beautiful life she lived. Right now, it's the top of the hour. We have more news for all Americans, and it begins right now.